is so much more than a greens powder. In one single scoop, it delivers daily multivitamins, pre- and probiotics, stress adaptogens, and yes, greens. It's AG1. Get yours today.
Bro, I am back live again. Fucking.
It made sense for an NFT company.
Okay.
So the fascist uniform, which consisted of extreme anti-Semitism and an admiration. Yuga is a boss in The Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds.
Never
the
played
17th installment of the Zelda franchise, available only on the Nintendo 3DS. If you're a self-proclaimed nerd or gamer, you wouldn't source your name from the most obscure Zelda game ever, let alone a game for the 3DS. Everyone knows that Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, and even Breath of the Wild are the greatest games in the franchise. I could believe Ganon Labs, after the main antagonist throughout the entire series, Ganondorf, but Yuga? I'm not buying it. There is a specific reason they pick the name Yuga. On Yuga Labs' website, they pay homage to another project called the Hash Masks. This project was made by a Swiss company known as Suum Cuique Labs. This phrase, meaning to each their own, was on the gate of the Buchenwald concentration camp. This phrase was also used on the face of Prussian helmets, and Yuga Labs loved Suum Cuique so much that they even took their exact terms of service. Yuga has an entirely different meaning. The phrase Kali Yuga steps of service. Yuga,
any of the 4 ages of life in the world,
has an entirely different meaning. The phrase Kali Yuga stems from Hinduism, and it refers to an age of conflict or darkness.
What is the period we're in now? Because it seems like it's coming to an end.
There he is. Kali Yuga, man. This is some weird shit that was predicted by the Bhagavad Gita. This is
Gudur Damarong, Battle of the Gods, Ragnarok. Tell me.
This is what happens in cultures. Like, they go through these pitches,
ups
and downs.
The earliest mention of this phrase in internet culture was on September 11th, 2014, by an anonymous user on 4chan, in response to people being upset over Gamergate. Anon replied, "I know it is dark at times, but you just gotta learn to enjoy it, man. Embrace being the bad guy. Surf the Kali Yuga." Since then, the phrase spread like wildfire among the alt-right. First, it was made into a t-shirt by Vincent Vauquelin, who founded the French Dissent, an alt-right political party that operated from 2011 to 2021. Apparently, alt-right meme merch went hard, and the new design of the shirt in 2016 featured a toting cough. And in 2019, a Telegram group called Kali Yuga Surfing Club was created.
Surfing Club, okay, that makes a little bit of sense. Give me 1 second.
The fuck?
Anything weird here? The Kali Yuga is one of the cornerstones of traditionalist ideology that was preached by René Guénon, a French occultist and philosopher who is credited for introducing the Kali Yuga to the West. During his life, Guénon moved to Egypt, became Muslim, and preached traditionalism, which consisted of extreme anti-Semitism and an admiration for ancient societies, which included hierarchies of class and gender. Guénon and Italian-born Nazi sympathizer Julius Evola are both revered and memed on 4chan. You'll find threads in the literature and political boards placing these two on a pedestal and recommending their works for a sense of woke pseudo-intellectualism. Often messages will be left with PBUH, which means peace be upon him, a common Arabic phrase. You see, surfing the Kali Yuga manifested itself on Pole. It became a repeated phrase and dog whistle among users. In fact, embracing the darkness, or surfing the Kali Yuga, is a phrase that the alt-right has adopted in order to communicate a sense of collective.
I've read Pole before. I've never seen that. I've never seen this. I feel like this is like, maybe I didn't recognize it. It's a new trend. Yeah, I haven't seen this.
Might melt your brain, but stay with me. It's impossible to show the masses exactly what the founders of Bored Ape Yacht Club are doing without understanding Chan culture, or how 4chan acts as a think tank and hive mind. One of the worst aspects of Chan culture is pseudo-intellectualism. What you have is a bunch of trolls who haven't seen the light of day, that have collectively convinced themselves that they are based, woke, and have the answers to this world. They find solace in knowing specific information compared to normal people or normies. This is why it's considered esoteric. As a result of this, you have pockets of deranged people who study old texts, scriptures, and societies in order to extract archaic values and worship them. The founders of Bored Ape Yacht Club are terminally online, smart assholes.
You rock.
All right,
just
okay.
Covering drama.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. Okay, seems good to me. Terminally online smart assholes. I got it. It's the same everywhere. Holy shit, bro! Like this, it's not even halfway done. Like, what the fuck? Actual cold one? Yeah, I got all this shit put in the refrigerator because I was sick of fucking having it over there. And then there's a bunch of boxes everywhere, and then I got the new chair, and it was like one thing led to another, and now I've got the drinks in the refrigerator again.
I hate to admit it. The founders are clever, and I mean really fucking clever. The four founders are Gordon Goner, Emperor Tomato Ketchup, Gargamel, and No Sass. You may be wondering, why do they all have obscure Xbox Live gamer tags? Well, if you think this is innocent, you're not ready for this. Number 1, Emperor Tomato Ketchup, Karim Adelaide, software engineer. On the surface, Emperor Tomato Ketchup sounds like a Fortnite skin. In reality, Emperor Tomato Ketchup is the name of a 1971 film that is banned across the world for containing child pornography. It's about children overthrowing adults and establishing their own supremacy, in which a young boy in a fascist uniform sexually assaults a grown woman. And if you were to ask Tomato himself, he would say he got the name from a Stereolab album, which got its name from the film. Another example of plausible deniability. Number 2, Gargamel. Greg Solano, MFA in writing. If anyone is familiar with the Smurfs, the name Gargamel might ring a bell. Gargamel is the antagonist.
Bro.
It's an internet.
I mean, say no more. I mean, say no more.
Sentient beings into money. He is widely known as an anti-Semitic depiction of a Jewish stereotype. And as Ryder Rips pointed out, 4chan also uses the term Gargamel to describe Jewish people. A reoccurring theme that you'll notice is that this entire umbrella of Bored Ape Yacht Club trolling stems from 4chan behavior, which is based on inserting enough absurdity to create plausible deniability. Gargamel is smart, but he's a little sloppy. According to his Reddit post history, he posted a 4chan crypto meme before Bored Ape Yacht Club was even live yet, confirming that he's at least aware of the culture or uses 4chan.
So there's something that he had an idea of, right? So he had an idea. I'm rolling. Is this video trolling us? So the reason why I didn't watch this video the day it came out is that I actually assumed that it was like some form of guerrilla marketing for the Bored Ape Yacht Club. I thought it was like some bullshit, and like that's why I didn't want to watch it. I thought it was complete bullshit. Give me 1 second. Sorry, I'm having a problem here.
It might still be complete bullshit.
We're good. Sorry about that.
Solano, or Gargamel, was a literature major in college and wrote his thesis paper on 2666, which is a book that takes place in Nazi Germany with a main character named after Nazi SS doctor Hans Reiter. He even expressed on his now defunct blog that he wanted to write a fiction novel that blends real history with imaginative events, which is similar to Roberto Bolaño's 2666. This could be a stretch, but I'm reminded here of your writing backgrounds. Do you think there's any parallel between your big conceptual breakthrough to design NFTs for what interests you, not some target demo, and the idea that in writing, sometimes the best stuff comes from channeling what you really want to see, not what some theoretical reader wants? Gargamel says, ever since the Bored Ape Yacht Club, we've seen like 1,000 different avatar collections come up, and a lot of them are really cool. But what we think was special, and what people could kind of read on top of ours, is that we didn't just throw 3D glasses onto apes. And we didn't have a long essay on exactly what this was, but we knew what it was. It's like Wittgenstein's let the unutterable be conveyed unutterably, or Hemingway's iceberg theory. We knew what this world was and what.
Yeah, you have something that's so abstract and esoteric that even saying what it is makes people feel stupid. You see what I'm saying? So, like, yeah, it's like you can't even acknowledge that it exists because of how abstract it is. I love this. This is amazing.
Why the apes are this way, and that somebody else might get a little tingle on their neck looking at it, thinking, yeah, this is kind of different. This isn't just random. In this interview, Gargamel literally just confirmed that Bored Ape Yacht Club is his medium for creative writing. First, the quote is cryptic, but it makes a lot of sense given the context of this project. Let the unutterable be conveyed unutterably. Dog whistles, hidden meanings, fiction writing. Nah, man, they're just apes with 3D
he
glasses.
Does look like Gargamel.
You don't understand crypto. In this statement, Gargamel quotes Ludwig Wittgenstein, an Austrian Jewish philosopher believed to have been the boy who went to school with Adolf Hitler from 1903 to 1904. According to writer Kimberly Cornish in The Jew of Linz, she alleges that Hitler alludes to a Jewish boy who is believed to be Wittgenstein in Mein Kampf. Wittgenstein's entire body of work consists of cipher, cryptology, and solving puzzles. Similar to how Bored Ape Yacht Club is one massive puzzle designed to be cracked for the sole purpose of stroking their twisted fanfiction writing boner. Second, he states Hemingway's iceberg theory, which describes exactly what they're doing.
What that is.
Iceberg theory itself is also a 4chan meme. Greg Solano also has written a book titled The Cinematic Art of World of Warcraft. To say
what?
Yeah.
Wait, what? What? Hold up.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You didn't know, did you?
We really in this now.
You didn't know.
Caught red-handed.
He isn't a sucker for fantasy would be a flat-out lie. We know that Gargamel is a creative fantasy writer. We know that he wrote his thesis paper on a Nazi story, and we know that he wanted to create something similar, blending real and fake
for Blizzard,
events.
you guys.
He literally quoted Ludwig Wittgenstein and iceberg theory, confirmed that there is hidden meaning, and that everything is deliberate in Bored Ape Yacht Club. Prior to Bored Ape Yacht Club, Greg Solano even stated he wanted to create a Lovecraftian-themed NFT project. And if you know anything about Lovecraft, he was a notorious white supremacist, often weaving his prejudices as the basis for his stories. The frustration that Ryder Rips and others have felt, myself included, with the public's perception of this criticism is immense. You can't begin to educate people on this when they're too ignorant to realize that they're being played.
Well, they don't, it's not that they're too ignorant, it's that they don't want to, like, again, it's easier to fool somebody than it is to convince them that they've been fooled. Nobody wants to admit and say, oh yeah, I actually fucked up. Yeah, it's like, yeah, they're in denial because they're already invested in this. They already have an opinion on this. They got money in it. Exactly.
Yeah.
Ape Yacht Club, in a way, is a social experiment in making fun of people who are easily influenced. Crypto bros and everyone who sucks off technocrats included. It is a commentary on the number going up forever, or the wag me crowd, which lives by the slogan, we're all going to make it. This is a very real sentiment shared by thousands of people on the internet, which...
Bro, I love seeing the people that believe in this, man. They actually think that, like, fucking, there are legitimate, real people on the internet, even after this video, that are like, yeah, man, in 35 years, this JPEG I have is going to be worth so much. I'm going to be on a yacht. You're going to be fixing my yacht, okay? Like, that's what it's going to be. That's what they believe.
What the whole Bored Ape
it's so
is about.
sad.
The founders of this project have profited off of immensely. All it took was celebrity worship, proper funding, fueled by a dystopian political agenda to get fascist propaganda on the world stage. Let me be clear, I'm not saying buzzwords just to say them. This is what's happening. 3. Gordon Goner, or Wiley Arano, also a creative writer. The third founder of Bored Ape Yacht Club goes by Gordon Goner.
Seems like a nice guy.
The same name Ryder used for the website, piecing this all together.
Yeah, seems
this
like a nice
was done
guy.
for SEO purposes, so that when you type in Gordon Goner on Google,
Ryder's
website pops up first.
Of course.
In an interview with Wiley from 2014, he stated, "The only book that I don't like is Mein Kampf, but I haven't read it." When asked innocently about books, he resorted to making Hitler jokes. Yeah, there's probably nothing to see here, right? This is just more proof that Wiley's attempt at edgy humor dates back to 2014. In an interview with Rolling Stone, Gordon Goner
I don't think that's very suspicious.
stated he chose the
But
name
we're not
because
halfway
it
done with
sounded
the
like
video
Joey
yet.
Ramone, lead singer of the Ramones. It should be known that Bored Ape Yacht Club's connection to the Rolling Stone is not random. It's through Neil Strauss, author of The Game, who is apparently writing about the subculture of Bored Ape Yacht Club. Gordon Goner is a full-phrase anagram for Drongo Negro. Drongo is Australian slang for stupid, and Negro means black. Drongo is also tossed around on 4chan and
I mean, well, it's like it's an anagram. Okay, that's it. It feels like a reach there. I think that,
Yeah,
okay,
it's a reach
so
because
this
there's
is
an
what I
extra
like about
letter.
the video here, is that it's so good. This is so good. I love it.
Reddit, it's not simply a random word. It is also conveniently a species of black bird. Another example of a hyper-specific double-meaning term or phrase in Bored Ape Yacht
Goner.
Club. There's not much else known about Wiley Arano, aka Gordon Goner, besides
Okay.
loose leads that allege he's a crypto-fascist. And his dad is literally Don Arano, portrayed by John Travolta in Speed Kills. Both Gargamel and Gordon Goner are writers and creatives, according to the CEO of Yuga Labs, Nicole Muniz.
Can you take me back to the origin story of Bored Ape Yacht Club?
It was almost exactly a year ago.
Why does this
Garga,
video look like
who's
it's
one
from
of the founders,
1980?
texted Gordon with, hey, let's make a NFT. So Garga and Gordon
It's a filter,
were
yes.
both really into crypto. They were really active in the community, but they are writers. That's actually their background. They are storytellers, they're creatives. And so like crypto was this thing that like they were fascinated by and they like loved, but they were never able to actively participate in.
Right.
That makes
There's
sense.
a barrier to entry.
Exactly,
Right?
exactly, because it was technical.
Yeah.
And they're not technical. They're writers, they're creatives, they're storytellers. Like that's what they do.
What a story
So
to
it's
tell.
entirely critical that you understand the context of anything. So the issue with Bored Ape Yacht Club is that they're not providing any context. The context that they've provided is that literally it's meaningless. They said that these are just apes in a swamp who like drawing penises on a penis wall. That's the official story of Bored Ape Yacht Club from the mouth of Nicole, the CEO.
Sounds good to
Like,
me.
That's it. Like, end. Done. Like there's nothing else.
They called me with like, hey, we're
Yeah.
gonna do this thing, and like, you know, just explaining
Alright, we
the
should be
idea.
good.
And I kind of giggled and was like, oh yeah, I mean, but people are just gonna draw penises.
Yeah, of course.
And that was it. Like I was just like, I didn't think anything of it. We hung up. But, like, the stupid thing that I said that I never would have thought about
Right.
transformed into, well, what if they do draw penises?
Yeah.
And
Where's this all? What is
where
this
do people
interview?
draw penises? And you know, it turned into, well, it's a bathroom.
What the-
Right.
What the fuck?
You know, it's a toilet stall, and it's a dive bar, but it's not a dive bar. It's a yacht club that's a dive bar, but it's in a swamp, and it's gonna be this like future vision of Miami.
Okay.
And you know, it's all of these like
Thanks for
bored
25
apes,
subs.
and
What
they
the
just
fuck?
created this like story and this world.
Let's play a game of I Spy. The cover of this Rolling Stone art is a direct reference to Hieronymus Bosch, who painted pictures like these in order to hide things in them.
My dad has that painting on his wall.
Spot the racist dog whistle.
The hand?
What is that? What
Ape
the fuck
hands
you
are a
on?
racist dog whistle, alluding to the practice of Belgian King Leopold II cutting off Congolese hands for punishment in not working hard enough to produce rubber. The Congolese then started cutting off fellow African hands as it became a currency valuable to the Belgians in itself. Never underestimate the ability for Bored Ape Yacht Club founders to be this demented. Let's try this again. This is footage
What?
of the Bored Ape Yacht Club video game. See anything interesting?
What
What's
the
up with
fuck?
these bananas? Why is the bushel of bananas conveniently shaped like a swastika? 4. Sass. Zayshawn Ali.
What?
Conveniently shaped.
You know, it's That's a reach. It is. It's a reach, guys. It is a reach.
Like a swastika.
It is.
4. SAS. Zayshawn Ali,
symbolism.
software engineer. The 4th founder of Bored Ape Yacht Club goes by SAS, and going off the theme of hidden meanings throughout their entire project, this is also deliberate. SA is the abbreviation for Sturmabteilung, and SS for the Schutzstaffel. SAS, or SASS, is the combination of the two primary Nazi military divisions. There are 2 possibilities that explain the behavior of the founders. Number 1 is easy. They are neo-Nazis. Number 2 is a bit more complex, and Ryder believes we need new terms to describe what's happening. In other words, this is an internet troll's wet dream.
So this is such a massive, elaborate troll that we don't even have the vocabulary to truly understand it. This is transcend.
That right there makes sense. What he just said, it transcends understanding because people are just fucking so blinded.
The limits of the English language. Oh my God.
Ironic racism on the world stage. This means that this is a meme, but it doesn't look like one because there's nothing to indicate otherwise.
Right.
This can also be described as pose law. It's impossible to know if someone is joking unless they add an LOL at the end of a message to indicate how it's supposed to be perceived. In other words, Bored Ape Yacht Club founders are layering on the irony of troll behavior to the point where it's just doomed. The best way I can describe it is beating a dead horse until the horse comes alive again and then dies again from the irony. February 4th, 2022, Katie Natopoulos, a writer at
So it's like people trying to bring back Harambe.
BuzzFeed, wrote an article covering the identities of the founders of Bored Ape Yacht Club. And where exactly do you think she got her information from? Ryder rips. However, she stated, Solano and Arano don't appear to have any particular red flags, which, as we know, is a flat-out lie. Pressured by Guy Osseri, Kate Natopoulos ran a softball story in an effort to save face. The more degenerative side of 4chan, including white nationalists, enjoy participating in the cult of Kek, a metaphorical fictitious religion that worships Pepe the Frog.
This happened in about 2000 and like what was it, guys? Like 2015, 2016. Like I'd say somewhere around there. Yeah, Cult of Kek. Yeah, Kek W. Sure. Shadowlight. Yeah. There was all that all around at that time.
Think of it as a tribe on 4chan who considers everyone else not in the know as normies. They wave the Kekistan flag, which is an exact ripoff of Prussia and Nazi Germany's Wehrmacht symbol. Their mission?
I didn't know that.
Troll the liberals at all costs through meme warfare. By having shared symbolism and jokes, it is a way to communicate or dog whistle to other members that they, quote, embrace.
Bro, he retweeted this. Do y'all remember this? Like, I thought that shit was not real. Like, he straight up fucking retweeted this one. And I was like, there's no way he did this. There's no way. And I scrolled down Donald Trump's fucking tweets for like an hour, and I found it. It was actually there. He really did it. No way? Yes, he did.
The principles of chaos and destruction that are central to all right
he
thinking.
was
The
one
term
of us.
Kek
That's why I was
originated
able to
from World of
predict it.
Warcraft when a horde player types linking. The term Kek originated from World of
To my GOV friends that may or may not be watching this after the fact, I fucking told you from the fucking beginning. Give me my fucking payout.
of Warcraft. That's true. When a horde.
That means subscribe, blow me the fuck up online, make me just as big as all the other motherfuckers on here. It's up to you and the people to prolificate that. I am doing my part. But I was right, motherfuckers.
Player types LOL to an alliance, LOL is then translated into gibberish, spelling out Kek.
Right.
This is because the two opposing factions in the game can't communicate with each other unless they are on the same faction.
Imagine that.
It just so happens that Kek is an Egyptian god that looks like a human with a frog head, hence Pepe. And guess what Kek was the god of? Darkness and chaos.
But Kek is, he just touched on it, World of Warcraft. The only way you could talk between two different languages by using LOL or KEK. KEK was LOL across all of them almost.
Sound familiar? Surfing the Kali Yuga was not the only surfer innuendo that the alt-right adopted as lingo. In fact, they also used the word cowabunga to signify their alt-right beliefs to fellow members of the alt-right. It just so
I actually didn't know. I did not know this. The cowabunga is a new one for me.
Yeah,
I've never heard of this before.
I think that's a stretch.
happens that one of Bored Ape's founder's wife had this exact lingo in her bio, which has now been deleted. And in September 2021, Bored Ape Yacht Club challenged the internet with a series of puzzles.
Okay.
Whoever cracked the secret codes would receive a Bored Ape Kennel Club NFT, a Bored Ape NFT, a Mutant Serum NFT, and 10 Ethereum. At the time, the value of these prizes added up to hundreds of thousands of dollars. This puzzle will demonstrate just how far the creators of Bored Ape Yacht Club are willing to go in order to play out their racist fantasy. This information is taken directly from this user's post on Medium. This whole puzzle started with a single stealthy tweet.
Sure.
Somebody left a strange note at the bar. The image contains a message, "Come find me below," with the cipher text of ;U8JJ6. This is a keyboard cipher, where if you look at the keys below each letter on a keyboard, you see that it spells /Jimmy. Entering this after boredapeyachtclub.com will take you to a new page and you are able to load a puzzle game. Jimmy the Monkey is back on his bullshit again. In the clubhouse, the game is a 2D screen where you can click on rooms and interact with various objects. Most of the rooms contained a puzzle. The boat room contains a single interactable object in the room, which is a wall of dancing men.
Okay.
If you know a bit about ciphers, it's fairly quick to recognize that this is a dancing man cipher. The dancing man cipher is from Sherlock Holmes. Decoding the cipher reveals the following message. This isn't a puzzle clue. Suck on a banana, bozo. Love, Jimmy. This seemed to be a troll as it was not used in the final solution. The party room has two interactable objects in it. The first object is a dog collar with the numbers 0010 on it. This is just the ID number for the exact NFT that you would win if you were to crack the puzzle.
Okay, that makes sense.
The second object is a party poster containing song lyrics. The puzzle gives a selection of song lyrics sorted in alphabetical order by word, with one of the words being replaced by the word monkey. Solving this puzzle involves taking each lyric word bank, identifying the song, and figuring out which part of the song the lyrics are referencing. You sort each word in that set of the lyrics in ABC order and figure out what word has been replaced with monkey. This results in the following troll message: "Wasted your time on this one, stupid apes." Entering the pool area presents you with two puzzles. One located on the—
oh my fucking god. They got him. Just a minute. I gotta use the bathroom. This is this is unbelievable, man. Like, I love this.
It's an ARG. Like,
inflatable duck.
Okay, hold on. One thing people don't understand: this is an ARG now. At this point, it has moved from beyond a political statement, a racial agenda. It's moved to a augmented reality game. Basically, you're solving riddles and you're going all over the internet to find things to answer a question. It's an AUG.
In the pool, and the other on a drink menu located next to the bar. This puzzle presents a list of duck-themed clues and their answer length. Going through and solving all of the clues results in the list below. With this answer set, reading the first letter of each answer gives the phrase "cocktails are shaken," which is a clue for the puzzle located next to the bar. Using the hint from the previous puzzle, we now know that this menu list is an anagram of cocktails. In addition, the text at the bottom of the menu indicates something extra was added to the drinks, hinting to there likely being an extra letter not used in the cocktail anagram. With there being 26 menu items, it seemed highly likely the extra letters or the cocktails used every letter A to Z for ordering when done. It is quickly realized all the cocktails start with a unique letter A to Z that, when put in order and reading the extra letters, gives orange liqueur used in spritz. Final answer: Aperol. Upon entering the kitchen, a sheet can be found lying next to the sink. This puzzle provides instructions.
Bro, like, how? What the fuck?
Yeah,
bro, what the fuck
ARG.
is this? This is nuts. Oh my god, it's amazing. What the fuck is this?
On what to do, begin by identifying the dishes that are clued on the left and filling out the blanks on the right. The extracted letters, highlighted yellow on the sheet, spell the phrase Gibraltar's Barbary, which is referencing a specific monkey that lives on Gibraltar, the Barbary macaque. Final answer: macaque. In the
Macaque,
library,
okay.
you can start by clicking on the bust on the top of the
Macaque.
shelf, which contains a puzzle scroll. This
Sure.
puzzle is a Mad Gab style puzzle as hinted by the title, Bus Dan Dush Elf, which, when read aloud, sounds like bust on a shelf. You can make 4 Mad Gab style phrases using one word from each column on the scroll. The output of each Mad Gab is its own clue to a word. This final output is yet again a Mad Gab where ooze 6 ciphers can be read as use 6 ciphers, a hint for the bookshelf puzzle. When you click on the bookshelf next to the fireplace, it shows you an enlarged version of the bookshelf. This bookshelf contains many different patterns throughout. As you start to group the patterns together, you will discover there are 6 separate puzzles using 6 different ciphers, as hinted in the previous puzzle contained in the shelf.
Bruh, they're not even... I don't know if they're gonna notice this. If they don't notice this, then they are super thick. Sign language. Oh, let's look up American Sign Language. American Sign Language. All right. 3 is W. And so this one right here, which is row 2, middle E, we a we ape APO, and then this one. In between the fingers one. We ape.
Items. The monkey hands. There are 6 hands throughout the shelves using American Sign Language to spell weapon. Naval flags. There are 6 international maritime signal flags throughout the shelves that spell Nassau. 5-bit binary. There are 6 groups of books colored orange and green. These books are 5-bit binary, which provides 10010, 00101, 00001, 10011, 01111, 01110.
What does that mean?
These can be converted to their decimal equivalent of 18, 5, 1, 19, 15, 14, which can then be further converted to letters to read reason. Clocks. There are 6 clocks through the shelves. Each clock face has a different time, with both hands clearly visible. Using the clock hands as a flag semaphore, you can obtain the letters to spell salute. Book titles. There are some books facing forward with their titles clearly visible, and after reading through the titles, you will notice some of the words are from the NATO alphabet. Echo, Mike, Bravo, Romeo, Yankee, Oscar. And when you extract the first letter of each NATO word, it will spell embryo. Morse code. Between each of the bookshelves is a repeating pattern of a lighter color. Each shelf is a separate letter spelled using Morse code. If you decode the Morse for each shelf, it will spell analog. Now that we have all the words extracted, we need to extract the final answer. Looking at the words for a moment, it can be seen that the first letter of each word can spell answer when ordered correctly. Since the first letter spelled answer, we extracted the last letters to see if it provides an answer to the puzzle. The extract is Guanan, which is a breed of old world monkey, and it's the name of Rene Guanan. The game room contained 2 objects you can interact with. The first one is a game called
developer's
Jimmy the
name?
Asshole, which, after some playing, didn't appear
was
to
this
contain
ever
a puzzle.
anything
The second one is the
No,
game room.
fuck.
Okay, it's an aneurysm of the creator's name, but like, does that mean that it even means anything at all? Let's find out.
Fucking shot.
The flavor text for the puzzle is
No
there are
shot.
lots of games to play here. if you can figure out the rules. It also has some pictures of hangman and tic-tac-toe. These are big hints for what you are looking for and what the solution is going to be. The solution for this puzzle involved taking each puzzle string and figuring out the puzzle rules that encoded the text. Here is one example. There are a lot of P's, so we want to analyze that first. You start by separating each line by P. We are looking for game-related words, so we can guess the two words here are card and canasta. With these two, we can deduce that the rule for this puzzle is to replace the first letter with P, which can then be reversed from the cipher, which gives the following clue: card worth 50 in canasta. The answer to this clue is Joker. However, we aren't done here just yet. Now we need to apply the same rule we discovered, replace first letter with P, to this answer to get a new answer out related to games. Applying the rule to Joker results in poker, the actual solution to this puzzle line. Here is the rest. Taking the first letter from each solution, you get the following phrase: Drooper's apartment pal. Drooper is a character from the Banana Splits.
What's wrong with that?
His apartment pal is Bingo. Bingo is an ape, so we can confidently determine the answer is Bingo. The attic is one of the more difficult puzzles, and before we dive into it, we first have to talk about this.
Wait, one of the more difficult puzzles? Wait, what the hell are you talking about more difficult? What?
Skeleton in the crawl space. The skeleton in the crawl space has a bunch of three-letter phrases and some numbers, with the flavor text of NTH plus EAT. We know that we're trying to combine the phrases to spell words, with the numbers most likely being the length of each word. There's really no approach other than maybe looking up words that start with or words that end with, but the best place to start was realizing that NTH and EAT were clued as being connected and could spell N, the, at. After that, it is mixing and matching until you get something good out. The output you get is Anastasia Steele really loves the hexes used in the attic. This is a reference to Anastasia Steele from 50 Shades of Grey, which is referencing that the hex color codes in the attic are gray codes. This is basically a second hint for Bought It, which you can see in the attic section below. The attic starts with an image with some pixels and flavor text about having to feel your way around in the dark. This is a reference for being blind and hinting towards the pixels being braille. The phrase you get out of using colored pixels as braille dots: beginners always unlock dim old tones. If you take the first letter of each word as hinted by the word beginners, you get Bought It, which is a type of cipher. This is the one puzzle you can right-click and export the image, and it just so happens to be SVG. So we can extract the hex color codes accurately for the next step as hinted by the skeleton puzzle. Extracting all of the binary codes out and removing the lead 0, you get the following. Using Bought It encoding on the binary, you get the following. The only interesting thing we get is Calamar, which is another type of cipher. This suggests that our extract is valid, but the rest of it is cipher text. We can then use the string with a Calamar transposition solver, but without a key, it was just a bunch of guessing words as a key. Solvers of this puzzle got stuck here for a while until it was noticed that attempting some auto solves on the grid, assuming 6 columns instead of 8, resulted in the final 8 letters looking like a scrambled version of Visionaire.
I already got taken down once, so I'm gonna get off for the night. I'll be back live tomorrow.